All right, friends. Thank you so much for joining us live. My name is Nick Martin, CEO of Tech Change, and we are here at the end of day one.
I thought you said the end, not the
end of day one, not the end of the conference at GDHF in Nairobi, Kenya. So we're going to start with our last round of the day of pop-up studio interviews. So I'm going to have you introduce yourself to the camera and tell us about the great work that you do.
Well, thank you so much, Nick, and thank you for putting on such a great conference. My name is Etiebet. I'm the CEO and president of Vital Strategies. We are a global public health organization, and we're just so excited here to be amongst a community of innovators.
All right, so Marianne, tell us a bit about the work that you do. We're big Vital Strategy fans at Tech Change.
As you should be.
We're so grateful to have you here and to have your organization represented at GDHF. Share with the folks who may not be as familiar a bit about what you're doing.
So thank you so much for the question. I think the first thing people should know about us is we want to make sure that everyone everywhere is protected by strong and equitable public health systems. And when we talk about next generation public health systems, they need to be powered by digital structures, digital systems, digital infrastructure, because the data is what is really going to make sure that we're able to get the services that people need whenever and wherever they need them.
Snap for that.
Yep.
Okay, I like it. Okay, great. All right, so you're here at GDHF. Why did you decide to come? You brought a team. You brought, so much energy. You're running. Maybe also share some of the sessions and some of the topics that you're bringing to this community.
So I think, one of the things that's really kind of symbolized our work is connectivity. So it's connectivity with the community. I think all of us that do this work know that nothing can be done alone. We have to partner. We have to collaborate. We have to co-create, and we need to learn from each other. I always say that there's not just that there's more than enough work to go around, but there's also not enough resources and dollars. So we have to really leverage every single piece of resource and capability that we have through partnership. I think the other reason we're here and that we're very excited to be here is we're at the cups of change in public health. The transformation that's happening in digital, the transformation that's happening in AI. How do we make sure we capture that promise for public health, and that we're not just, chasing down AI solutions for the sake of innovation, but we're making sure that they are really centered in the impact that they can have for families and communities all across the world. And so that's why we're here. We're really leaning into that message. We recognize that we are also, probably at the beginning, of this journey as a community. And so what do we have to do to lay down those strong foundations? Because this is not a sprint, this is a marathon. And without strong foundations, without strong building blocks that we are all aligned around, we don't want to waste, our efforts so that they are not actually having impact for people.
Well, and I've always appreciated that about your team and the work that you do, how intentional it is. And with AI, the stakes are even higher for so many of the communities that we serve. So it's great to hear you all working so hard on that. I got to ask, so it's been a weird year. It's been a hard year for global health. I've been asking folks in the studio, how have you managed? What does resilience look like for you? And are there still things that keep you up at night, even in this new world order, especially in this new world order, as you're trying to solve so many problems around global health? What comes to mind?
So resiliency, I think, is the word, but also I think back to connectivity and community. I think what we've learned is that if you have the basics right, if you have the foundations right, if what you are doing is connected to community, to folks, it doesn't matter what's happening up here. You can still figure out how to continue to serve, how to continue, to partner, and how to continue to make those trusted bonds, even stronger, because you are trying in whatever way you can to continue, to collaborate and partner. So I think this year has been around how do we make sure that trust stays strong How do we make sure that we problem solve together? How do we make sure that we are putting governments front and center and in the driver's seat? And at Vital Strategies, we've been working with governments, for over a decade now, really thinking through how do we support them in building, these public health systems and using data to inform the strategies and the policies and the priorities. That type of work is even more important now in an era where resources are very constrained. So it matters what you spend your dollar on or your shilling on, and it needs to be not just data informed but evidence based, and that's the type of collaboration we have right now with our government partners.
So we've talked about connectivity, we've talked about community. These are big anchors. We've talked about trust.
Yeah.
As we turn the corner into the new year, what are you most excited about? Are there specific projects or types of work that are giving you the most energy? Share.
So I'm excited about stuff I don't know. And I'm excited about learning. Okay. And I think in this brave new world, of digital transformation and AI, we have to be humble about actually what we don't know, and so I'm excited about, opening up that box, and making it smaller perhaps, but also recognizing that sometimes innovation happens faster than we can catch up to it. And so how do we put in those controls, to make sure, again, it's serving, that ultimate goal of making sure everybody everywhere can live their healthiest life.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Mariana, we thank you so much for joining us in the pop-up studio. We wish you a great conference and truly the best of luck in the amazing work that you and Vital Strategies are doing.
Thank you for creating this space for all of us to come together.